Rebels. I am going to check. I'm going to check the live stream. That is what I always need to do, just to make sure I'm actually live. So how are we doing this morning? Oh, we've got 3 minutes left officially of this morning. I hope we're all good. I have some interesting. I just have some stuff I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm going live. Oh, yeah, no, not live there. Where am I? Ah, not showing on the page yet. Let me refresh. Maybe I'm being too fast. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. Oh, yes, I am live. I'm live. So if you are here watching on the live, say hi to me. I would love that. And if you are watching on the replay, if you're just watching this at any other time, this isn't like an official replay, just say hi. I am Caroline Antonia. And yeah, I am running the Rebellious Business Network today. That is what I'm going to be doing. So I would love you guys to join me there. I've left the link in the description. There will be music, there will be prizes, there will be challenges. I think it's such great feedback from the network lately as well. Like how people compare us to the networks. We don't do comparison. We don't do comparison because we win and we must be graceful. So yeah, but I would love to see you there. And if you watch this and you come to the network, it's at 1 p.m. It's an hour and 2 minutes away. If you watch this and you come to the network at 1 p.m., then let me know that you saw this because that'd be really nice. It helps me get to know you guys. It helps me like build relationships. Like I see, you know, at least like 50 new faces a week, or they're not always new, but it's when I see you a few times that I'm like, oh, I recognize you. I know who you are, and I've seen you a few times, but like I don't, I'm not gonna know that you've seen me just because you've seen me. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, um, anyway, come say hello to me if you are in the network and say that you've seen this. And I put out a little challenge yesterday as well, which was with some weird and wacky product ideas that we can take into one of the rounds. So I'm not going to give away what the round is. You have to come to find out. And there were some good submissions, so I'm pretty happy with that. Um, and that was based off of feedback I had with someone who made themselves known to me. So it's really great if you guys make yourselves known. So I want to answer a question today. I want to answer a question, and I've got lots of questions that existential crisis all the time. But I've got this question, right? So, what shifted for you when you stopped trying to network and started building your own space? So that's the question I'm going to be answering today. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. Um, so I want to really get into it, right? What shifted for you when you stopped trying to network and you started building your own space? And this is an interesting story. It's an interesting story because it's probably not what you think it is. Like you should all know. You should all know now. I didn't found. I wasn't there. Well, I was there. I didn't found the Rebellious Business Network. That wasn't my community to start with. I've kind of inherited it. I'm very fortunate. What a community to inherit, right? But Cordelia and I were friends, and we were supporting each other in business. And we were connecting with, we were very close when the Rebellious Business Network was forged. But like we were working we were doing stuff in communities, and we were like kind of networking and building relationships and growing our consultancies prior to the Rebellious Business Network existing. And so for me, the question I'm answering, it's like, basically, it's not necessarily what I'm going to answer isn't necessarily about the Rebellious Business Network. I mean, since the Rebellious Business Network and since I've inherited the Rebellious Business Network, a lot has changed. My whole life has changed. It's been amazing. But the question is actually, get it back. You guys like you've read it 3 times, Caroline. The question is actually what shifted for you when you stopped trying to network and started building your own base. And so for me, that the answer to that question comes back further. It goes prior to the Rebellious Business Network, when I was in a community. I hadn't even really conceptualized in my mind that I was going to provide a service or be a service-based business owner. I signed up to an affiliate program where the concept, you basically learn how to build a sales funnel. But once you've learned how to build a sales funnel, which I really struggle with, I'm not very good with tech. But once you've learned how to build a sales funnel, at the end of that, you they're like, well, if you don't, you've got a sales funnel now. If you don't have anything to sell, why don't you sell this education program which teaches people how to build a sales funnel? But all the while you're going through the education, they don't use the term sales funnel. It's just like as you develop, you learn, you go, oh, I've learned how to build a sales funnel. Okay, so I'm trying to do this backwards, right? Because most people, they have a service, they have a product, they have an idea, and then they go about trying to get sales, and they go about getting what's it, clients and customers. By the way, say hi to me. Oh, hey, Cordelia's there. Hey, Cordelia. Hello, Cordelia. So I lost my train of thought then. Right, so let's go back. Let's go back. Right, so it was kind of like the backwards way round, right? So I most people have like a product or service or an idea, and then they want to go out and get customers, and they go, this is difficult. This is tricky. Well, and interestingly, Cordelia kind of did as well because she was selling. She was selling cars. I'm talking on your behalf, darling. I hope you don't mind. But she was selling ride on toy cars, which has a really funny title. I'll let her tell you that in another line. I'm nominating Cordelia. I'm nominating you to talk about to talk about the many mishaps you've had with names. I don't think I know anyone who's had as many mishaps as you have names. But anyway, so I learned how to build a sales funnel in this affiliate program, and then you kind of learn it, and then you're like, oh, I don't actually have a product to sell. I just have a thing that sells things, right? So then they go, well, you could sell this program. And so it feels a bit pyramid like. I did say it. It feels a bit pyramid like because you're kind of a lot of the messaging is all about like, oh, build an online business and create a passive income and all this stuff, create freedom. But the way you do that is by selling the thing that you bought to help you create freedom. So it was a little bit like pyramid-esque. However, I don't think it was like a pyramid scheme, and they're still operating, and it's an amazing service because you learn marketing skills, and that's I think the core concept of it. Anyway, I digress. So the in that community, we were like kind of reps. So Cordelia and I both were in this community, and we were both kind of we were getting really involved in the community, and we started to like just show up, and we started to help people. And also, I was getting results with my ads. So that was something people really struggling with now, are terrible with the tech, but getting results with my ads. So I then started helping people create ads. I started helping people with their copywriting. Started helping people write their landing page copy, help their emails. I was helping them refine their message and create ads. And I had people coming to me. And so this is like word of mouth, right? We're all familiar with this. This is people like your word of mouth spreading, people knowing what you're doing, what you're up to. And so I had people coming to me and asking to work with me. And it was really great because there was a point where I actually had like a lot of like people that had worked with me, and adverts that I had written were now like on the leaderboard. They were like, there was like, they were succeeding. They were doing really well. Um, so that was how my reputation grew, and word of mouth spread. And that's how I started, getting clients initially. And I hadn't even really thought about this as an offer or a product or a service. It kind of just like fell into me because there was a need. I helped solve a problem, and then so I started doing that, and then it was very much like not just people like seeing me from exposure in this community, but then I had like friends in this community who had other friends who then recommended to me. So then I was really on this like referral sort of train. And it was great. Like it worked really well. It was really surprising, really easy. But the problem I had with that was that, and this is the point. I've been rambling, but this is the point. I didn't have any sort of control over where my sales conversations were coming from. So I had people reaching out to me, which was great, and they were always very warm as well. It was really, really powerful having people recommend people to me and have people recognize me from doing like having my profile elevated within the community as well was really powerful. Like because It just gave me credibility as well. So I was also doing like calls and all that sort of thing with like the actual business, like into the community. I hope that makes sense. Basically, the business that I was a part of that had this community, they put me on a platform as well to help people with the copywriting because it was a big problem that people were struggling with. So all of that helped me get clients, and it was really great. But it was quite inconsistent. It was quite like irregular. It was very unpredictable. It was like, one month it was amazing because I'd have like three clients come in, and I was charging a nice amount. Like I was pretty happy with my prices. And then all of a sudden, like the next month, I'm like, oh no, like I haven't got any clients. But then I'd be working full time because I had loads of clients come in. So it was inconsistent. Um, Now what happened was actually Cordelia. Well, we were in a group and we kind of all created these break off groups. And so I created my own break off group. And what I wanted as well was it to not be connected necessarily to the community, but it was actually, I can actually show you what my break off group was. And this is where I'm going to talk about the shift, right? The shift is that, like, I went from very much like, um, relying on word of mouth, relying on referrals, relying on people recommending me, um, you know, getting put in front of one particular community and hoping that they wanted to work with me, to then starting to cultivate my own audience. So where is it? It's the Launchable, and it changed as well. So it didn't always look like this. Launchable Ad Lab, because I want to specialize in ads eventually. In the end, yeah, I've got 511 members. I mean, I can't believe I've got that. Hey, I'm not even joined. I'm not even joined in my own group. I'm just going to switch my profile to my personal one, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my baby. I love this group. Launchable Lab. Yeah, you guys can search it as well. I'm going to share my screen in 1 second. I absolutely love this. How do I share screen? Yeah. Oh, nope, nope. There is a share screen option. Share screen. Found it. Found it. Found it. Let me show you this. Uh, mm, yeah, I think it's in this groups one, Facebook groups. Share. There we go. And then my little face. I'm going to make myself supposed equal. Nah, let's make me smaller. Can I make me? Yeah. Okay. So this is my Facebook group, the Launchable Ad Lab, and it used to just be called Copywriting with Caroline, which I hated. I hated that it was called Copywriting with Caroline because I was like, that's rubbish. I've still got join the Launchable Messages call this Monday at 1 p.m. That doesn't happen anymore, guys. Sorry. Oh, look, we got some of the rebels in here as well. There's John. We can definitely, you can see how communities cross over. Um, but I had, oh, look, the last post, 27th of July, 2023, was Cordelia doing get paying clients fast using builders who fly strategies. Oh, that was ours. Oh, love that. Um, and this was just my community, and there were like, I loved having people comment, and I loved having like I know these people, right? Like I know who Mona is. That was actually a former client of mine. I know Paul. I did calls with him. Like I know Alan. He's actually a friend of mine. I love Alan. Like there he is. There's me and Alan. Look how long my hair is. I'm brown, and my living room is a completely different layout. But like I loved. I don't actually know this, although I feel like I do. I do. Albina, yeah, new Albina. Yeah, so I just loved like Donna. Like that's a big shift, right? Like I knew all these people. Like I know all these people, and like they were there to see me in a way. They were there to kind of like hang out with me and to connect with me. So a big a big shift. How do I stop sharing my screen? No, stop sharing screen. There we go. I'm getting used to what's it called? What's it called? I'm getting used to Restream. So one of the big um things about having my own community was that I actually really liked everyone in there, and they were there for me. Okay, so this was like a big piece of it. I was in like copywriting groups as well. Like when I decided, oh, I want to be a copywriter, I want to do like consulting and I want to start helping people create stuff for their funnels, etc. I then was joining other like groups. Oh yeah, you can share screen. I've got Cordelia commenting and I'm commenting like late. You can like I was in like this copywriting group, right? And it had like 9,000 people. And I was like, my group at that time probably had about 300 people. And like I remember like seeing in this group, that this copywriting group, there was a post, someone wanted a job, right? Like someone created a post like, oh, I've got this job, da, da, da. There was hundreds of comments underneath. I can do it. This person can do it. Da, 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 da. Like, and I was like, oh my god! If I put out a post like that, got that many replies, I just wouldn't even talk to anyone. I don't think it'd just be so overwhelming. So for me, I was like, I'm now in a group of 9,000 copywriters, but I've also got a group with like people in it that are there for me. They're not it's like it's the difference between like posting on a job board and you know being an advert like that's placed in front of someone, I guess, or like or well I can't even do you know what, I don't even know what, I can't even think of a comparison right now. But that was like in terms of like exposure and demand, because it created a lot more demand for me rather than me competing, rather than me going into other people's communities where there's other copywriters or other consultants, like where it's then just a race to the bottom. I had my own stage. I had a stage and people were there for me. And so my credibility was so high, my authority was so high. And I mean, it was only a small group, like it was only a few hundred, but it just shifted who, like the authority that I had as well. So when I'm in this community, the business itself gave me that authority. I hosted webinars for them. I did training sessions with like for them into their community. But everyone was there for what was provided in the community. No one was there for me. They showed up because they liked my stuff, but they were also showing up to other calls. So it was great that I was elevated, and that did a lot for me to like get more regular business. But it still wasn't my audience, and they weren't really my people either. And so when I set up my community, it was just this shift because I was like, these people are here for me. They're not here for something else. And they're here for me. Like they're my people. They're the like lots of people were not my clients in that group. But that was a great thing as well, because if someone did want to work with me, I had a lot of people that would get onto sales calls with me and I would not know who they were. But they'd be like, oh, I saw you in this thing and I saw you in this thing. And like they knew who I was, but I didn't know who they were. Like not everyone who was in my community was someone I recognized, or no, sorry, not everyone who was positive and active in my community or engaging with my stuff. They weren't all people that I worked with or worked with me. Like not all of those people became my clients. Like my biggest fans or like the people that were like really like excited by my stuff, they weren't necessarily the people that worked with me. But because they were like fanning my flames and they were there, people saw that and that gave me even more authority and it gave me more credibility and it made people want to like it made I don't know, I guess it just made demand. So it's not all about credibility and sales and authority. It helps a lot and it helps you be your own entity and not dependent on someone else's community and not be dependent on people referring you and you know word of mouth. It's really great for business in that sense, but it also just becomes a bit of a lifestyle. Like they become your people, they become your tribe, and your business then starts to become much more like a lifestyle as well. Like you just love what you do, and you just get out there and talk to people. So it's really great. So, yeah, that was a really long-winded question. I'm kind of like formulating the answers to the questions as I go because yeah, I've just been posed these questions. So next time I answer these questions, you're like, gosh, no, don't do that again. It's really long. But basically, next time I answer these questions, I'll make it more concise. I promise. I'm kind of just like I am an audio processor. That's one of the reasons why I've not wanted to go live because I process aloud. And so a lot of the time that means I have to ramble, but then I like get to it. I'm like, I get what I'm talking about now. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me and hearing my audio processing rambling. Um, but I kind of just wanted to share that, and I got to the point that I was trying to make, which is that the shift for me was that I went from being in someone else's community and relying. I think the main thing is that you go from being, well, yeah, it depends. You go from being reliant and handed things like handed a referral, handed a platform, handed a, I don't know, whatever. Like you go from when you don't have your own stage, your own audience, your own show, your own community, you're really at the mercy of people handing things to you, and you just can't rely on that. It's not very reliable. And so when I had my own community, I was then in control, and I was able to bring things to the table myself, and I was able to bring clients to the table. But also the really, there's nothing, you can't beat a community in terms of fulfillment. Like you can't do it. It's not possible. It's like they become your friends, and they become your cheerleaders, and you just build relationships with them. And like a lot of the people that are very active in the Rebellious Business Network, I've had calls with them. I'm really generous with my time with community members. If I know you, if I know who you are, I'm very generous. Like I give my time away, and that's what I want to do all the time. I just want to have calls with people in the network. Like that's all I want to do. Hence why I'm going live and kind of rambling. It'd be much better if this was conversational. So yeah, I thought I would just share with you the answer to that question. I am going to be answering these questions regularly, and yeah, so that's that. The answer was what shifted for you when you stopped trying to network and started building your own space. And one more point on that, I don't think I was ever really trying to network. I just was, because I just kind of put into that situation. So I wasn't really trying to network. But the shift happened when I stopped networking and had my own network, really. Mm, that's the best way to put it. It's like no longer a participant in someone else's world and matrix. I've got my own world that people are participating in, and I'm sort of exalted a little bit. I hate saying that. Yeah, but I'm on a platform basically. That's the big difference. Um, and so yeah, that's the question I am answering today. And so I will continue to answer these questions. But have register, come join us, come join me at 1. It's in 40 minutes time. And we're going to be playing music, there'll be games, you're going to meet people, and I'd love for you guys to also you know let me know if you've seen this, and make yourself known to me. Like, make yourself known. I would really love that. So yeah, see you all 1 p.m. Have a fabulous day.